So I just finished sleeving up all of my new stack of PSA cards. I sent a whole gigantic stack right before the tariffs. Although it did kind of affect this a little bit, the price for PSA Canada went up a little bit. Not much else, pretty much not much else was changed. All this stack here that you see here, this whole entire stack that I'm moving, cost about right about 2,000 Canadian dollars to grade all of them. You don't have to grade your cards to enjoy them. I only want to grade my cards because I kind of want to build my own little custom shelf, kind of very similar to what some stores have when they display their cards. I just kind of wanted my own little display at home. Originally, almost all of these cards that you see here, including the ones in the background, originally they were all in binders. At least most of them were. So this is kind of something that I just decided to do over the past 2 years. So anyways, let's just start with looking at the stacks, I suppose. So there's a mix of modern cards here, basically. These are all the Terastal Festival cards. It's a Leafeon. I actually already have a PSA 10 Leafeon already. It's more so I pulled some extra ones. I wasn't sure how picky they are with the rainbow borders. I wasn't entirely sure. So I decided to grade some cards that I knew that would have a very high chance of getting a PSA 10. And now that I think I get it, I decide to send the rest of these. So these got a PSA 10. The Flareon, I actually really like this Flareon a lot. It's the Japanese SARs, they tend to have a lot of detailing and texture to them, which they just look really nice. The Vaporeon's right. My favorite is probably the Glaceon, though. The Glaceon, I think it wasn't as hyped up, but then I really liked the background and as well the general color. It just looks a lot nicer. Jolteon is also done really well. It has it's hard to see, but there's like a different patterns, some of the stripes and everything. So there's actually a lot of detail in this Jolteon. Perhaps a bit too much detail, but I still think this is pretty well done. The Espeon, the Sylveon. I'm surprised the Sylveon actually got 10. I was a little bit worried because you can see the top border is a little thinner than the bottom. It's actually quite visible. Even though you have it at a distance, you can actually see it for yourself. But somehow this managed to get a 10 still. Now, this was the Umbreon that I kind of knew that I wasn't going to get a 10. You can see that the border here is dramatically off-center. So unfortunately, this got a 9, but that's okay. I'm still going to keep it anyways. Even though I already have a 10 already. And this is the normal EV and the cake EV. That's what I'm calling it. In Terastal Festival, you can pull both of these versions. But in the English version, you have to buy the special premium collection in order to get the cake one. So, and I graded 2 of the cake one because I managed to pull 2. Actually, very, very cool. I really do like this cake idea. Whoever thought of doing this, like, I was kind of surprised that they added an other variant of this in this exact same set. I was a little bit confused when I first saw the release material for this because I wasn't sure, but yeah, just interesting. This Terapagos is also from the same set. Not my favorite, unfortunately. I think the Stellar Crown one is a bit better. And I did pull the Ultra Rare Pikachu, but unfortunately this got a 9, though. It's off-centered, and I believe there was also some issues with the back, if I recall correctly. Can't quite remember, but I did pull most of these myself. I had to buy the Sylveon standalone, though, which is a little bit unfortunate. I also graded the EX cards. This is not something that people would normally do. I just wanted to do this is because, as usual, the texture, they actually have some special texturing for each of the EVs, like the Flareon and the, let me see here, and the Glaceon. It looks a lot more detailed than you can see on camera. So I decided to grade the whole lot of them, and they happen to be sequential as well. So this is the 03 Leafeon, 22 Flareon, Vaporeon, and number 77, and then 78 is Glaceon. Got the Jolteon, Espeon, Sylveon, Umbreon, and the Eevee. So all of them are sequential. It's kind of funny. I actually have a few sequential Eevee stuff now, because I also have the U Nagaba cards as well in sequential. Typically, I actually don't really care whether or not they're sequential. It's just pure coincidence. Also, when you send your cards to PSA Canada, you typically put them in order of the set and the index number. So that's just kind of how it works. It was not really intentional per se. And some of these cards are from Battle Partners. So this card actually had a few flaws on it. It's hard to see, but there is like a few marks on it, but somehow this came back 10 anyways. It's kind of surprised. But when I pulled this, I was like pretty happy, because Iris, if you in case you guys didn't know, if you guys played the games, she has a kind of a funny animation when you fight her in Black and White 2, in the Champion. So she does this like little cute animation where she's like kind of like putting her hands up and stuff like that. And this is basically more or less the same pose, kind of. So I thought this was nice. I was gonna grade it anyways, regardless of what grade it gets. The Iono promo, I only got a 9. That's okay, because it only came with when I ordered this set, it came with only one promo. I didn't want to buy more, just want to buy one. That's fine. Not a big deal to me. I did kind of wanted these to be 10s, and they came back at 10. This is from the file set. So I actually bought the file set myself. And sometimes the ordinary cards like this, I do really enjoy them. So it's just a personal preference thing. As you can tell, sometimes I grade stuff that I personally like. And this is the Ends Zora. I actually managed to pick up the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box for Journey Together. That has the Pokemon Stamp promo, but then I actually personally prefer the Japanese version because it looks a lot more clean. So it's just my personal preference. I actually graded this rather than grading the Journey Together one. And for the Marnie, I bought a few of the decks just because I really like Marnie. And I actually have 4 of these in PSA 10s. Oh. So the logic is because I want one on my display shelf, one at work, and one near my desktop. And the extra one was just because I bought 4 decks. I'm also grading the Grimmsnarl as well, just because I like a lot of the trainer cards where they have that little logo of the icon, where they have like that. I just really like them. So I don't have any of the cards from back when the trainer cards was a thing. So that's why now that we have access to that in a modern set, I do want to enjoy a little bit of it. And some of these cards are from VMAX Climax. So this is the Zekrom, and this is the Reshiram. So they're completely unrelated. This is from VMAX Climax. This is from Battle Partners. They're 4 years apart. You see, this from 2021. This from 2025. But man, do I love them! I love them so much. These are just done really nice. I must say, I must give all the points to Reshiram though, just because the card looks much more majestic, I suppose. But when VMAX Climax came out, I did wanted to go for this quite a bit. I couldn't pull it myself, unfortunately, so I had to buy it single. But the single version of this, even today in 2025, the single version of this, if you just buy it raw, it's actually really cheap. The price has not really changed all that much. And I did pull this myself on this channel. I did post the unboxing of Heatwave Arena. And this is Cynthia's Roserade. Very beautiful, actually. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of the Garchomp version. It's not quite as aesthetic. It's kind of more of a battle pose, but I kind of like these aesthetic cards a bit more. Shaman, I thought it was cute. I'm surprised this is in here, but it's also from Heatwave Arena, but the Thai Explosion. Unfortunately, I only got a 9. I knew this was flawed because it had issues for sure. For sure, it had issues, but that's okay. It is. It makes Thai Explosion. They actually did a really good job with this artwork. Wish I had a 10 though. That's okay. I'm not going to buy another one just because it's not a 10. And this is the Misty Psyduck and Lapras. Very, very cool. Notice that they're sequential. They're right next to each other, 71 and 72. Very, very cool. I think the Golduck takes the cake for me. The Lapras is nice, but my goodness, they did such a good job with this. I remember when people first saw this, it was pretty nice. And I did pull the gold ultra rare Ethan's Ho-Oh. I really wish I pulled the SAR. I really do, because I do happen to have the. I have a Lugia, and I kind of wanted like a Ho-Oh, like a modern Ho-Oh next to it, but that's okay. Maybe I'll get that later. Not sure yet, because the cards right now, they're still coming down in price, so there may be an opportunity to pick up cards cheaper in a few months. I'm not entirely sure yet. Right now it's June 2025. Cards in general, some of the prices have been going down, and this entire stack here is the VMAX Climax trainers. So this, they're not in order because I'm going to display them in the order of the gym leader. So this is Milo, Nessa. We got both PSA 10. Very cool. Look at the dive ball. She looks so good. I wish they gave Milo the friend ball, because you get the friend ball, if I recall correctly, in the first gym, in the ball guy. And this is a Kabu, very nice. And this is Bia, the Ultra Ball, and Alistair. Alistair, the Dusk Ball is so nice. Probably my favorite trainers out of all of them, or this or Nessa. Yeah, that's really cool. Opal, I got 10. Gordy, I got 10 as well. Melanie, I got 10 as well. Right. So, guys, we didn't know these two they rotate. I believe the sword version has Gordy. I think the shield version is the one that has Melanie. I can't remember. I played both versions. I can't really remember. And unfortunately, Piers got a 9. Kind of unfortunate, because I actually really like the Dusk Ball on him like this. He's the only trainer that you fight that doesn't VMAX in his fights. But my goodness, I really wish this got 10. I almost managed to get all 10s here. And the last one is Raihan, I got 10. So out of everything here, the Piers is the only one I didn't get 10, unfortunately. But man, it was so close, everything here. Again, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. I actually spent quite a lot of time trying to find each of these cards in Japan when I was there. And I'm really glad I graded them, just because like I really intend to display them with my games and stuff. And this is just a few more cards from VMAX Climax. So this is the Flapple with Milo. It's basically kind of like it's not officially called a trainer gallery, but for lack of a better words, it kind of is. So this is the Frostmoth. This is the Surgeon Trainer with Gardevoir. I really like this. I don't have a lot of Guardy cards, unfortunately. And this is Alchemy. Really like that, with the Cafe Master. And the Bia with Phalanx. Very cool. Very, very cool. I like this one a lot. Now, I didn't realize this earlier, but there's a crease on my card. I didn't realize this at the time. really unfortunate is because for VMAX Climax, each of these cards are actually fairly cheap. But even though they're called a character secret rare, they're basically like an SAR, and the detailing on these cards are incredible. They're absolutely incredible. So I managed to get a 10 with the Zapdos, and a 10 for with a Gloria and the Moltres, but unfortunately this got a 5. When I first saw this, I'm like, what happened? Goodness. I was so confused at first because I was like, I thought that I really did not notice this crease at all. So I do wonder what happened there. But I can't believe that got PSA 5. And this is the Zacian and Zamazenta. I really wish this got a 10 because this is kind of if you guys play the Sword and Shield, basically kind of when you become champion and stuff like that, you have a chance to face to face off with Hop with if you played the Shield version, you face off with Zacian, and it was actually kind of a tough fight. So it was actually one of the very few times where Hop was actually challenging a little bit. This is after you fight this Sword Bird and Shield Bird, if I recall correctly. And these are just some miscellaneous cards that I decided to throw in with the rest of these. I know this is not worth grading. I just wanted to because I like it's a very flashy V card. I have 2 of them, Leafeon and the VMAX. I pulled this myself from EV Heroes, so I just wanted to grade it. I knew it was in great condition, so I decided to grade it. I also have the V-Star. I do have the other version of it, which is, where did it go? There is a version of it that is it's funny, I never thought I would have so many cards that I actually have trouble finding the one I want sometimes. But there's a full art version of the Leafeon from V-Star Universe that's actually really nice. I do have that in a 10. And speaking of V-Star Universe, these are the 2 cards that I have left. I didn't grade them at the time just because like I wasn't sure entirely what I want to do grading wise, but now that I know, I decided to send some of my remainder favorite full arts there. The Absol is probably, as much as I like the Mewtwo, this is probably one of my favorites in full arts in V-Star Universe. If you guys watch the Jirachi movie, the Absol was kind of featured there. Very, very cool. Especially if you saw the movie when you were a kid. Very, very cool. One of the coolest. I don't know. I don't know if it's the coolest, but I think it's pretty cool back then. And these are the V-Star Universes cards that I graded in the past. Oh, they're sequential. So these are the Origin form: Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, and Arceus. Yeah, and so these are the first V-Star Universe cards that I graded. I graded the Entei, Suicune, and Raikou together. Coincidentally, they're all sequential. And the Deoxys, I graded a bunch of these. The Zacian and Zamazenta are really, really cool together. Let me see, where did the Leafeon go? So this is a Mewtwo and the Charizard. And the Zoroark. Oh, there we go. There's the Leafeon. So this is the full art version of the Leafeon. This is so nice. This is really nice. Unfortunately, the artwork for the Glaceon was not as aesthetic in my opinion. It looks very just not that great. But yeah. So that's basically all the new cards that joined the collection. I'm gonna be 3D printing a custom shelf just to display all of these, but I'm still in the process of designing that. So I kind of have to learn to use not AutoCAD. It was Tinkercad. So I've never messed with CAD software, so that's gonna take some time to learn. But yeah, thank you much for sticking throughout the whole entire video. Let me know what your favorite card was. Peace.